I thought I was smart when I cheated on my fiancé with my boss and deleted every trace, but on the night before our wedding, my fiancé played a slideshow in front of both families, and it wasn't wedding photos. It was screenshots of every text I thought I erased. The projector clicked on and my blood turned to ice. There I was, in my wedding dress, watching my life detonate in 4K resolution while 150 guests sat frozen in their chairs. My phone with Jackson. His hand on my thigh. The hotel keycard. Everything I thought I deleted, playing like a horror movie I couldn't pause. Before we celebrate tomorrow's union, Ezra said, voice steady as a flat line, I thought everyone should know who they're really here for. The first screenshot filled the screen. My text to Jackson from 3 months ago, last night was incredible. I can't stop thinking about what you did to me in your office. My mother's champagne glass shattered on the floor. My father stood up, then sat back down, his face purple with rage. Ezra's sister was recording everything on her phone, making sure the whole world would see my destruction in real time. 6 years. That's how long Ezra and I had been together. He proposed on our 5th anniversary, exactly when I expected him to, with exactly the ring I'd saved on Pinterest. Safe. Predictable. Everything a good man should be. But that's the thing about safety. It starts to feel like suffocation when someone else is offering you oxygen. Jackson was my boss. Divorced, dangerous, always telling me I was too talented for my position, that I deserved more. When he started texting me after work hours, my friends said it was harmless. You're allowed to have friends, they said. Ezra is sweet, but he's not exactly exciting. They were right. Ezra would rather watch documentaries than go out. Jackson took me to wine tastings for networking. Ezra wore the same 3 flannels in rotation. Jackson wore suits that cost more than our wedding cake. The attention felt electric after years of routine with Ezra. Every text from Jackson made my pulse race. Every accidental touch in meetings left me breathless. I told myself it was just flirting. Then just one kiss after the company holiday party. Then just one night when Ezra was visiting his parents. Then 3 months of sneaking around while addressing wedding invitations, tasting cakes, pretending to care about centerpieces while sexting another man from the bathroom at David's bridal. This one's my favorite, Ezra announced, clicking to the next slide. Me telling Jackson that Ezra was boring in bed and that I was only marrying him because everything was already paid for and my parents would kill me if I cancelled. The rehearsal dinner descended into chaos. Ezra's mom was crying. My dad walked out. My sister grabbed my arm hard enough to leave bruises. We need to leave. Now. Get up. Get up. But I couldn't move. Couldn't breathe. Couldn't process how he knew. I'd been so careful. Deleted texts immediately. Used cash for hotels. Told Ezra I was working late on a big project that required Jackson's supervision. I even bought lingerie for our honeymoon to ease my guilt, convinced I could close this chapter and be the wife he deserved after the wedding. Just get through the wedding, I told myself, then delete Jackson's number and never look back. Another slide. Security footage from Jackson's apartment building. Me entering at 11 p.m. Leaving at 6 a.m. The timestamp showing Ezra was home alone, probably meal prepping our dinners for the week like he always did, while I was fucking my boss. Your cousin Scarlett sent me these, Ezra said, finally looking at me. She saw you at a restaurant with him when you were supposedly at your bachelorette weekend. She hired the investigator. Your deleted texts were all in your iCloud backup, by the way. You gave me the password last year, remember? For wedding planning. Scarlett. My own blood. Sitting there with her perfect husband, looking satisfied. She'd always been jealous that I got engaged first, that my ring was bigger, that my wedding would upstage hers. And now she'd won. The wedding's off, Ezra announced to the room. If you want to know why you wasted money on flights and hotels, ask her. He pointed at me like I was evidence at a crime scene. Your things will be outside my apartment by Monday. Don't contact me. Don't contact my family. We're done. No yelling. No tears. No begging me to explain. Just the sound of 150 people collectively unfollowing my life. Ezra walked out first. Then his family. Then mine, my mother muttering, "How could you do this to us?" As she passed. I sat there alone in my rehearsal dinner dress, a $400 mistake, watching the slideshow loop back to the beginning. The venue coordinator asked me to leave. They needed to set up for tomorrow's wedding. Someone else's perfect day. Jackson had already texted me, "Don't contact me again." I could lose my job over this. 3 months of believing I was special enough to have both. 3 months of thinking Ezra was too trusting, too boring, too safe to ever fight back. 3 months of writing my own ending. I just didn't know I was writing a tragedy. 7 months later, and I'm still radioactive. The video went viral before I even made it to my car that night. Bride destroyed at rehearsal dinner, cheating exposed. 2.8 million views. 47,000 comments. Someone made a TikTok reaction video that got 5 million more. My face became a meme. When you think you deleted the text but forgot about iCloud with my shocked expression frozen in perpetual humiliation. I lost my job within a week. HR called me in, said the company couldn't have someone with my public reputation in a client-facing role. Jackson threw me under the bus completely, told them I'd pursued him, that he tried to maintain boundaries. He kept his job. Got promoted actually. His ex-wife used the whole thing in their custody battle though. He lost weekends with his kids because of me. He made sure I knew that when he sent one final text, "You ruined my life too." I moved back into my childhood bedroom at 31. The same butterfly wallpaper from high school. The same twin bed. My parents barely speak to me. Dad can't look at me without his jaw clenching. Mom cries randomly, mourning the daughter she thought she raised. All that money, she says. All those people. How could you humiliate us like that? Not how could you hurt Ezra. How could you humiliate us? My sister got married last month. I wasn't invited. She texted me, it would be too awkward. Everyone would just be thinking about your rehearsal dinner. I saw the photos on Instagram from a fake account I made. Ezra was there. In the groomsmen photos. They chose him over me. My own family chose him. I work remotely now, freelance graphic design that pays half what I made before. No company wants to officially hire the viral cheating bride. I deliver food on weekends to make rent on a studio apartment in a bad part of town. Last week I delivered to a house in Ezra's neighborhood. Saw his car in a driveway 3 houses down. There was another car there too. A red Mazda with a dog mom sticker. He's dating someone new. I looked her up. Elementary school teacher. Volunteers at the animal shelter. Prettier than me. Younger. Thinner. In their photos, he looks lighter, like I was weight he didn't know he was carrying. He took her to Italy. We were supposed to go to Italy for our honeymoon. Same hotel, based on the geotags. He probably transferred the reservation to her name. The friend group split exactly how you'd expect. Team Ezra got everyone who mattered. Team Me got the people who loved drama and wanted to hear the dirty details. Even they got bored eventually. You're only interesting as a disaster for so long before you're just pathetic. I tried therapy. Twice. The first therapist asked me why I did it. The truth? I thought I was settling. Every Instagram post of someone's elaborate proposal, every friend's story about their passionate relationship, every romance novel I read made me think Ezra was too vanilla, too predictable, too safe. I convinced myself I deserved fireworks. Jackson was fireworks. The second therapist asked if I loved Ezra. I said yes automatically, then realized I didn't know what that meant anymore. I loved the security. The wedding. The life we built. But him? The man who meal prepped every Sunday, who watched bird documentaries with genuine excitement, who texted me bad jokes during work to make me smile. I don't know if I ever really saw him. He was just there. Until he wasn't. Last week was what would have been our wedding anniversary. Our first anniversary. I got drunk and tried to call him from a blocked number. His new girlfriend answered. "Is this Phoenix?" She asked. He told me you might try this. Please don't call again. He's happy now. She didn't sound angry. Just protective. She loves him the way I should have. Scarlett posts about her perfect marriage constantly. She won. She exposed me, saved Ezra, and became the family hero. My mom comments on all her posts. Hearts and smiley faces. The love that used to be mine. I kept my wedding dress for 6 months before finally selling it for a quarter of what I paid. The buyer was a bright-eyed 22-year-old who squealed when she tried it on. "It's perfect," she said. My fiancé is going to die when he sees me in this. I wanted to grab her shoulders, tell her not to fuck it up, not to think she deserves better than someone who loves her completely. Instead, I took her money and watched her leave with my dress, my dreams, my delusions in a garment bag. People ask if I regret the affair. That's the wrong question. I regret believing the rules didn't apply to me. That my boredom mattered more than his trust. That settling for someone who loved me completely was worse than losing everything for someone who saw me as convenient. But mostly I regret this. Ezra used to look at me like I hung the moon. Even when I was annoying. Even when I was wrong. Even when I was texting another man while he sat beside me on our couch, planning our future. Now someone else gets those looks. Someone else gets the meal prep, the bad jokes, the bird documentaries, the safety I mistook for suffocation. She gets the life I threw away for 3 months of hotel rooms and deleted texts. I thought I deserved better. Turns out, he did.